Boys and girls, I am just giddy. Giddy. I'm giddy. That means I'm happy and I'm excited because it's science time. Yes, it's so cool. I love it. I wish we could do it every day. And you know whom I have waiting to speak to us, right? I'm going to start his video, get his message, and we will get started with our science lesson.
Welcome back to another exciting week of Science Studies Weekly. This
Hi,
week,
Dan.
we're going to learn about water. Water
Yes.
can be a liquid. Water can be a gas. Hey. I can't see. There we go. And water can be a solid. Oh! Ow! Ow! Jeez! Okay. Have a great week. Stay awesome.
We will, Dan. Thank you. He's so goofy. I just love him. All right, let's move on. Okay, so here's what you need today. This is Earth and Space Science Week 5. So pause this, go into your folder and grab it. Okay, and I'm going to read it to you. Okay, this is all about water. It's really exciting, and I've got some interesting videos in here too. Okay, so this first part is on the cover. Most of Earth's water is in oceans. Some water is in lakes, rivers, and ponds. It is in streams and creeks too. All living things need water to survive. All right, boys and girls, it says most of Earth's water is in oceans. 99% actually, more than 99% is in the ocean. And the ocean has salt water. We can't drink that. There is a way to remove the salt from the water so we can drink fresh water, but nope, that's not for our drinking glass. Okay? All right, now look at the second part at the bottom. Ocean water is salt water. We cannot drink salt water. Lakes, rivers, and ponds are fresh water. Streams and creeks are too. We can drink fresh water if it's clean. Okay, oh, this is making me so thirsty. Okay, so let's learn a little bit about rivers.
The Earth has a very smart system for managing water. Oceans contain most of the water on the Earth. The sun heats the ocean water, which causes evaporation and changes the water to vapor. This vapor forms clouds, and clouds get heavy with water vapor and rain. Rain falls to the Earth and can evaporate again, soak into the ground, or run into rivers. Rivers run into the ocean, and the cycle starts all over again. Rivers carry fresh water, which is the water you drink, cook with, and bathe in. Rivers have a source, which can be melting snow, small streams, water being pushed up from underground, or rain. Rivers also have a mouth, which can empty into another river, a lake, or the ocean. Rivers have many purposes. They can be used for irrigation. You can move goods on barges and boats. Many people in the world travel on rivers. You can fish rivers for food. Rivers are home to fish, birds, and water mammals. Some boundaries for countries and states are formed by rivers. Rivers move dirt, which is called sediment. This sediment can change the face of the earth and bring nutrient-rich soil to farmland. The power of water flowing in a river can cut canyons and gorges. River water can be captured by dams and diverted using pipes to bring much-needed water to dry desert areas. Rivers that run fast are called rapids and are enjoyed by rafters and kayakers. So you see, even though rivers only account for less than 1% of the water on the Earth's surface, they are pretty important.
Okay, so in that video, you probably heard the word irrigation, and you're wondering what that is. A long, long time ago, probably about 8,000 years ago, somebody had a problem. They had farmland, and there was a river that was really far away, and they wanted to know how they could get water from the river to their farmland. There were no sprinkler systems in those days. So somebody came up with this really cool idea of doing this. They went to a river and they started digging right here. They started digging something called a little canal. Now, the river, for the most part, kept flowing this way, just right down its normal course with all of its fish and everything going that way. But because this canal had been dug out, some of the water decided to go that way. And that water was used to take care of the farms that were really far away. That's what irrigation is. And that's one of the reasons why rivers are so important. There are lots of farms that aren't right next to a river. They might be a few miles away, but because of irrigation, this great thing that human beings created, because of irrigation, farmers can be far away. These days, we don't really need to cut uh, canals from rivers because we have really good sprinkler systems. Okay, remember the word irrigation. Okay, when water is a liquid, we can drink it, but water is not always a liquid. It can be a solid or a gas. Look at that girl taking a drink. I can think of days when I'm coming in from working in my yard, or you guys are finished playing outside on the playground or something like that, and it's so hot and you just want a cool drink of water. Doesn't that look refreshing? Okay. Now at the bottom, and remember, all of this is in your Science Weekly, so you can read along. When water is a solid, it is ice. Water becomes a solid when we freeze it. Water becomes a gas when we boil it. Oh, by the way, hey, foundations, boil. I see an OI there. Ha! Okay, you can see the gas. It is the steam above the boiling water. Water is in every living thing. Water is in plants. Water is in animals. Water is in you. Okay, so you can see this little wedge of fruit here. This is probably from a mandarin. This thing is mostly water. All fruits that you know, all fruit, all vegetables, everything that's alive has water in it. Without it, boys and girls, we would not even be here. Now, in your Science Weekly, there is a little experiment in the Look and Learn section on the right. I'm going to do this and I'll update you on what happens, especially because I just went apple picking, so I've got plenty of apples. But you can read that over with somebody at home and see if they can cut an apple for you into wedges, and just let the sun work on it for a while. Just leave it in sunlight and check it every couple of days and see what happens as the water evaporates. And if you're not sure what evaporates is, imagine this is the ocean or any body of water. What happens is that when it heats up, that water becomes something called a vapor. It's almost like a gas, and it goes way, 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 way up into the sky. And it just kind of hangs up there. And when there's a lot of it, it actually makes a cloud. And sometimes it reaches a point where it can't hold any more water, and it all comes back down. We're going to talk about all of that later, okay? Water is always going up and down, from down here on the crust that's up there in the sky. But this experiment with the apple, this is just where you can see water in the fruit. All right, girls and boys, that brings us to the end of science. You have two worksheets I'd like you to work on. One is the weekly literacy connection. Remember, number 6 is like a daily edit, so be careful with that. And I want you to do the page right before that. Water. Look at each picture on the left. Is it showing a solid, liquid, or gas? Write your answer on the line. And be careful with number 4. I also have a really cool video on oceans. I'm not going to put it in this video. I'm going to put it on the Go Getters page in PowerSchool. Okay, so that's where you'll find it. And that's it, boys and girls. I hope you enjoyed this little science lesson. I can't wait till we're together in the classroom so we can do all this stuff together. See you later. The end.